And just like this?
Did he get in?
Yeah. You're live now.
So basically, we want to. Oh yeah, you can turn it more this way. That's not as important as the people. I don't think you can necessarily get it all. I think that's kind of how we have it set up.
So I didn't know what was it, you know what it was in?
Yeah, 8 is probably maybe the kitchen now.
Maybe I'll part of it.
Well,
Does a different person present each week? Oh, okay.
Just low. Oh.
you all have. You want live? Oh, we're gonna see. Oh. One. We love you. Don't let her Yes, coffee. This is our first time. This is when you start so we're gonna go back to it. Okay.
Huh?
Get this set up in the meeting. That's no fun. I mean,
Where's the other one?
yeah. No, that.
Mic check, 1, 2. Mic check, 1, 2. Morning, and thank you for joining us again for 1 Million Cups. All right, everyone. Yes, again, thank you for joining us for 1 Million Cups today. My name is Drake Pfeiffer. I am one of 15 small business consultants that span out throughout the county, throughout Oakland County. And we are part of a group called Oakland Thrive, and Oakland Thrive is the premier sponsor of this event, 1 Million Cups. We are proud that we are entering, I think, somewhere around the area of our 7th month of doing this, of reinvigorating this program, because it was around before, but we stood it back up for entrepreneurs, and it has become so say so. All of those who have been making it here week after week after week after week, thank you for joining us. And those of you who are joining us for the first time, please raise your hands. Hey, that's a good number. That's a good number. This is, yes.
The new people.
Yes, the new people, please put your hands up because we have something for you. David is going to bring you around a moleskin book. And if this is your first time here, you should know that this is an experience that is unlike other meetups in that it is radically inclusive. It is all about the community and for the community. It is certainly about diversity, and it is about presentations and not pitches. And so the wonderful thing about this is that we sometimes have 2 presenters, but we enjoy when we have 1 because all the folks in this room bring their experience forward to be able to provide to the entrepreneurs who are presenting. And entrepreneurs of any stage of business are able to present. And today we have a young man with tomorrow's supplements who you're hearing from. And Tate, you're going to be are you set to go tomorrow? All right, so we're not gonna keep this train running. Actually, is this? No, it's not working. Well, let's see. Yeah, you're gonna just have to just manually do it. But yeah, Tate, are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
All right. Well, then let's give Tate a big 1 Million Cups round of applause. He's going to tell us about tomorrow's supplements.
You guys hear me okay? Okay, cool. My name is Tate Hjorth, and I'm here with Tomorrow Supplements, and I'll be presenting about a few challenges with our flagship product, the Tomorrow Bar. So a quick overview of our team and how we got started. So it's me, myself, my brother, and then his best friend, Mikey Woolridge. My brother's the actual founder of this company. Sadly, Mikey and Trey couldn't be here this morning. They both have work. But both my brother and I get the worst hangovers of all time. And like when I say the worst, it can be 1 beer or it could be a night out at college that goes until 4 a.m. and we'll be bedridden for 2 days. So it's a terrible feeling, and none of us have been able to come up with a solution. So about a year ago, my brother's strolling through Myers, and he's looking for, hey, what can I take before drinking so that the next day, my hangover can be mitigated. Obviously, there's things like liquid IV, a few other remedies that people swear by. Maybe it's like a milkshake from Wendy's or something the next morning, anything like that. Nothing worked for us. So he was like, okay, I'm going to do some research and see what I can come up with myself. So fast forward a few months, he does all this research online, finds out, okay, what's good for the liver, what breaks down alcohol, and he makes these capsules. And he brings them to Mikey's wedding. And so we all take him at the wedding, and it worked great. It was an open bar, product was awesome. And so I called my brother. I'm like, hey, this is the first time I've ever had to drink and not been hungover. This is an awesome product. So over the next few months, we go about and we do our research. We figure out, okay, what actually works, what doesn't, what does the market look like? And so we come up with the Tomorrow Bar. So the Tomorrow Bar is a nutrition bar that helps mitigate your hangover. So what I mean by that is we pack a nutrition bar with our own science-backed supplements. So think of coenzyme Q10, your B vitamins, L-theanine, different things that we found that are going to help with different aspects of the hangover. And then we blend it with peanut butter, oats, cranberry, cinnamon, things like that to actually create this pre-drinking hangover mitigation. And the difference between us versus, you know, a liquid IV or anything else you see in today's market is that we take this before drinking. Myself and my brother aren't really able to stomach anything after drinking. So to be able to take this well or before drinking really changes the game, in our opinion. So some problems that we face right now is capital. The three of us recently graduated college. We're not making an extraordinary amount of money. So we're kind of figuring out, okay, how do we generate money or how do we use our own money for this business? Secondly, gaining trust within the market. We know we have a great product. We've all tried it. We've had friends and family try it. But how do we make consumers who've never tried our product actually trust it? Lastly is our marketing. How do we build a platform to retain and attract consumers? That's actually going to be beneficial and people are going to stay, you know, with us the whole time. What we've tried, so when we first started, we got a $1,200 loan from a family friend, which went quite a long way for us. Right now, also, we're kind of setting up tables at various events that we can sell our product and actually generate revenue from that. Lastly, we did a friends and family round last July when we first started that said, hey, here's our product, here's what it does, we need your help with that. Trust within the market. Our first 1,000 bars were originally supposed to be samples, but we realized that we didn't have the capital to actually sample 1,000 bars. So we gave away 150 of those to use as samples. Everyone who took the bar filled out a Google survey that was based on the alcohol hangover scale. So we measured things like your anxiety, your stomach issues, your thirstiness, your headaches. And we were able to measure all of that and see the difference of how they felt before taking it or how they felt without the bar versus how they felt after the bar. And then we also utilized this to make a proof in the numbers page on our website that we're able to showcase and say, okay, 82% of people who took this tomorrow bar have a reduced headache, stuff like that. Lastly, for our marketing right now, we have an Instagram and a TikTok page that we're active on. We try and post 2 to 3 times weekly. And then we also have a newsletter that we try and send out every single Sunday to make sure that, you know, our name is still being out there. So what happened from this? So our first $1,200 loan that we got went to our raw materials. We could only afford roughly enough for 1,000 bars with this $1,200. And then from there, we realized obviously we need more revenue. So we started selling bars and we've sold to date probably 100 bars in the last 4 weeks, just showing up to various events that we can be at and, you know, just have a booth. Here's our bar, here's our product. Lastly, from our friends and family round, this is probably the most beneficial for us. We raised only $700 from that, but it still went quite a ways to actually show, hey, we're a serious business for our friends and family. We'd love for you to help with this process. So what that got us was our first package for 1,000 bars. Trust within the market. Like I said, we sampled 150 bars. The feedback was extremely positive, way better than what we had originally expected. And like I said, we were able to put this on our website and showcase all of these outstanding numbers that our platform actually works. Lastly, we have our marketing platforms, which we try and post 2 to 3 times a week. Like I said, right now we just finally got into a schedule where we're posting every Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. So we're trying to get that into like a stream, like consistent basis so that, you know, we're engaged. And then, so from that, obviously our questions that we want to ask as a company is, what alternative capital routes can we take? We've looked at loans before, we've looked at different grants before, but is there other ways out there that, we can generate money for our business that we're not having to go completely broke with? Secondly, how can we build credibility without sampling? We know our product works. 150 people who have sampled our product know it works. But how can we actually expand that into a vast consumer base where everyone can trust our product and where they can all know, okay, I trust this product before I'm even buying it. Lastly, how can we build an active social media presence? With the TikTok and Instagram, it's really easy nowadays to be able to post your product and somebody can one-stop shop there so they can click on that product and buy it. So we want to have as big of a social media presence as possible. So with all that being said, appreciate any feedback. Thank you.
Thank you, Tate. That was a great presentation. And so now the fun begins. So anyone who has any feedback for Tate, please make your way up. We have this one mic, so we're just going to ask you to just come up. And I know there are a lot of vets in this room who have lots of feedback. Thank you. Oh, yes, thank you.
I'll talk about that cold water too. If you guys want to check it out, pass it around.
You gotta flip down.
It's something you can feel it.
Well, hi, I'm Carmen, I'm with Incubizo here. I have a lot of things in my head, so I'll just really need your email. But one, you should have been here last week. We had a great conversation about marketing with a really good panel. Two, I don't know if anybody, I feel like they should talk to Nakey Butter. I feel like they could merge. I don't know if you've heard of Nakey Butter, but they do a protein pouch that is to go, and they have a really fun marketing perspective, and they're really cool people, so I can get you in touch with them. They're just a lot of fun, so I'll put you in touch with them. But something that they brought up while they were here was to focus on who your client is, specifically, because I'm thinking of, this is perfect for right now. It's the holidays. Your marketing is don't make the holidays rougher than they need to be. You know what I mean? Recover before it gets awful. Because, the holidays are rough for people, and they're going to drink, and they're going to be around family, but it's going to be difficult. That in and of itself right now with the holidays is a perfect play into this season. But I really think getting connected to somebody that has, I'm gonna get you in touch with Evan, I guess, is the end of the story. Because I think that with distributing and figuring out where to find capital and getting the product made, I think he'll be able to give you some really good advice. So it's not for me, and I can't promise anything, but I think he's a good plug.
David, so a couple things. I went on your website and I had a real hard time finding your social media links on there. So I don't know if they're on there or not. You want to make them pretty easy for people to find if you want them to follow you. But overall, I guess I'd be curious to know, when you created the company, what is the voice of the brand? What is going to be our voice? We're going to be serious. We're going to be fun. We're going to really goofy. And once you kind of figure that out, it will kind of let you know the direction of the content. I look at your business, that could be a lot of fun and not so serious. I think of funny content that can go viral for social media. But more than anything, when you said how are people going to know that it works, is getting video testimonials from people. I think it's going to be huge. I know on your website you have some words that people have shared in a testimonial. I think video testimony will go a lot further. I'm sure there's a million other things, but those are just the initial ones that come to mind.
Great feedback, David. Mike?
That was one thing I was going to say about building trust. Testimonials go a long way towards that. You don't have to spend a lot of money to do video testimonials. You could do it with your phone, especially if you're talking TikTok and Instagram, people are used to seeing. It doesn't have to be super high quality, especially if it's testimonials. You can get people who've done it and like it and talk about it. And that's great social content. You can record those. Anytime you go somewhere and you talk to someone who's done it, just ask them if they'll know how to say a few words and you can record it.
Yeah.
Pull out your phone, and you can post it in your TikTok and your Instagram. And then for building your social media presence, how big is your email list?
60 people.
Well, you want to build that up too. Once you have a decent email list, you can feed it in to your socials. You can market to them through that. Once you put the email list in there, you can send it to, it won't tell you who you connected with, but it'll go through it. And then you can do a lookalike, which means these are customers that have some of the same traits as the ones that we get in. You'll find it. Spend a little money, which I've spent a lot of money to do that. To do some paid social. Because social media is so hard to get organic. It's a little money into it, but it doesn't take a lot to get a little bang for your buck.
Yeah, I'm sure you and David both know that. I think what we've realized too is that Reels and TikTok, obviously you can scroll on your For You page on either one of them, and we attract so much more attention with the video.
Yeah.
So like a video testimony will get, 700 views of mostly non-followers, versus when you're posting a picture, it's only going to post to your followers.
Yeah, the algorithm is slow.
Yeah.
The more you can do that, the better. Good luck.
Hi, I'm Tanisha. I appreciate the social media focus. One thing I would say is, because you haven't been in it that long in the social media, that what's the purpose of it, the strategy behind it, if you're gonna get the conversions that you need out of it. So one of the things that when you have, building your credibility and being active, I always tell people, bloom where you're planted. You're right here in the great metro area in Detroit, which is booming. This is your opportunity to bloom and just take advantage of this. And I wouldn't necessarily say be so focused on social media. Your social media is your blooms that you're planting in our area. So what you're doing here, that is what you can put on social media and show people what you're doing and build, and thereby building your credibility. Question about the Google survey. One of the things that I heard you say a couple of times, you kept saying the numbers. No disrespect or anything, but people don't care about the numbers. They care about how you feel, and you literally make them feel a certain way. So that is what I would focus on, not necessarily that if you're going to talk about numbers, let them talk about the numbers, not necessarily you. And then the Google, when you said the Google surveys, what does that, I want some clarity on what does that mean? Where are these Google surveys?
So, like the first 150 people that we sampled to, we just grab their email and then post, actually take it in the supplement. We'd say, hey, we'd send them a text, hey, we hope you enjoyed this one bar. Please fill out this short survey. And the short survey says, how did you feel on a scale of 1 through 10 before drinking? How did your hangover used to feel 1 through 10 before drinking? How's your anxiety 1 through 10 post tomorrow? How's your headache 1 through 10 post tomorrow? So to your point of numbers, like on our website in bold, it says 82% of people who took the tomorrow bar feel a reduced headache, right? So to your point, are you saying we should emphasize the reduced headaque version rather than, the big 82%?
Just talk about that more. I haven't been to the website. I was just listening to what you were saying. And then thank you for the clarity on the Google survey. The only thing I would maybe suggest is convert that to Google reviews. Have them do a review so it's public, and then you can take that review and put it on the website, not the survey that no one can see. You may be putting it on your website too, but convert that to reviews going forward. And that's because you're gonna need those reviews. When I work with my clients, that's one of the things that I say, they should do. You're gonna need those too, as a credibility and proof that you are, a reputable company.
Morning, this is my first time here, so. I have a background in marketing, master's in business, and so my feedback would be, number one, I'm gonna talk a little bit about our table. We could not read the packaging. Now, maybe we're not the right market for you, because I might be able to farm for you kids, but it was hard to read the label.
Yeah.
Number two, I couldn't find your website, and when I did find your website, I got an error. So I don't know if it's me, or if anyone else was having problems trying to find the website. I think you could benefit from a great tagline that speaks to the benefits of your product. And the first thing that popped into my mind is you need to be on college campuses. That to me would be a super market for you, for obvious reasons. And I think that was the feedback that I had. But great idea. I mean, Shark Tank came to mind. I know that's big down the road, but who knows?
Yeah.
And who's your competition? What is your competition doing?
They're doing shots. So we're the only one who actually has a nutrition bar. So the premise of this idea is that people love a base before they start drinking. Some people eat bread, some people eat pizza, some people eat whatever. This does the double whammy of giving you the base and the hangover mitigation. And also for packaging, we're actually doing that right now because no one can read it. I don't care how mad a single person. So yeah, we're revamping that whole thing.
Great.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure to meet you. Thank you for coming out this morning. I am an expert in drinking and hangovers.
Especially drinking.
What I used to be, I've grown up with it. But I think this is an excellent idea. I think it can save a lot of people's lives. I have some comments online here. First one is, do you have any connection with the current student body of the colleges that you guys just graduated from? College students, like Becky said, are a great market for your product.
So we were actually, I just graduated in April. The other two co-founders, thank you. The other two co-founders graduated in 2022, and we were all, my brother and I were both part of fraternities, and the last one, the other one was a member of the football team. So we do have pretty good connections within the college market. The one thing that we found with the college market is that they hate to spend money. They cannot, except on their actual booths. So what we found is, especially doing these tables and trying to actually sell our product, is that our market for doing these events at least is like 25 to 40-year-olds beer events. So like people who love their craft brews, that type of stuff, people who love to do wine tasting, because it's not a bar for if you're looking to get just trash and feel good the next day. It could be for just, hey, I'm gonna have 3 glasses of wine and I don't want that subtle headache the next day. I can still take this bar. So at least in terms of us being present, we found that the 25 to 40-year-old market actually wants to spend more.
Another question is, if you can build relationships with students at different colleges, that would be great. You might need to focus on the student driven and staff, and already covered that part, fraternities, sororities, and even student health clubs. Also, setting up booths and tables work great. Try getting into more health, wellness, and nutrition expos and shows. Also, you may want to add to that list wedding expos.
Yeah.
That's a great one. And then include testimonials and reviews on your website and social media. People love a company that is involved in the community. Try to get involved in the community as much as you can. Volunteer at events, sponsor for chamber events, etc. So those are our comments from online. Personally, make sure that you have a person who sells for you.
Yeah.
To get out in the public, to talk to people, talk to your target market about your product. That's one way to build good name recognition, good credibility, Find social media influencers that you trust, who has a good following, who has thousands and thousands of followers, and say, hey, try my product. We want to get a testimonial.
Yeah.
The social medias are, social influencers are huge. What you guys do.
And that's actually the very next step right now. By the way, we've made our product that you guys have in your hands right now just in our personal kitchen. We have a kitchen in Grand Rapids that we're actually gonna be able to use, and because technically right now, we're not able to sell online or through our social medias unless we're making our product in a kitchen. So we're in the kitchen, in the process of being in the kitchen right now. We passed all the tests. We just need the funding to be able to pay for that first batch and pay for the inspection. So once we're actually able to be in the kitchen, we have 5 micro-influencers that we found on social media that we're just gonna say, hey, can you do this for us? And they said yes.
One last thing, and I'll turn the mic over to the next person, is hone your pitch. Get into pitch contests. There are tons of those. That is a great way to raise money. And love the product. People are gonna love it, but pitch it in a way that's gonna get their attention and get people to say, hey, I'd like to invest in you. Okay, it's the other part.
Good morning. Just one more target audience seems to be in your demographics. Go for the active military. And they have money to spend, not a lot, but they do have money, unlike college kids. And they're in that demographic, 20 to 40. We have a Air Force Base here. Selfridge is in this area. I'm not sure about the west side, but then also maybe go to the recruiters to find out where our military bases are within Michigan.
Yeah.
And then move out. Oh, so yeah, so that would be a really good connection to make. And then I see more and more military influencers online as well.
Yeah.
So we got to some of them.
Cool. Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
Any more feedback for Tate? Well, Tate, well, you know what, one thing I will say is that, you know, as it relates to social media, a lot of folks mention social media, but I say ABC, always be collecting emails. Key to someone's home. I mean, you can avoid all the algorithms. So even this audience here today, I will get everyone's email address in this audience today so that you can communicate with us as you go on your journey, as you continue your journey, as you make your way to Grand Rapids and get the kitchen, and we see you on Shark Tank and the growing success. I mean, that's just audience sharing, and the folks that you meet on the ground are going to be able to follow you throughout that journey. So wherever you go,
Yeah, I agree. Get our emails. Because I would like to. I mean, I'll try it for sure.
Yeah.
You know, so, do you even have samples for us to buy?
No, I don't. By the way, also, I live in Austin right now. My brother lives in Metro Detroit. The other co-founder lives in Grand Rapids. We obviously all 9 to 5s. So straight when 5 o'clock hits, we're on our laptops doing tomorrow stuff. So I'm here for Thanksgiving break to see family and whatnot.
Okay. Well, one thought I had was, I know you don't know who your, I think you don't know technically who your target market is. I mean, obviously you're going for college kids and stuff like that, but no offense to them, but a lot of times they're just, you only can take the day off the next day, possibly. Okay. But like 30 and 40-year-olds that are just like, they can't take the next day off, they have to go to work. That might be, possibly more your market, the natural market. Okay.
When you ask a college kid what their hangover remedy is, they would say
More alcohol.
Yes. Yeah. So I think possibly your target market might be the 30 and 40-year-old, that have had a good time out. So, and then another possible place to get into possibly is maybe just liquor stores and asking that liquor store owner and like maybe giving your samples there to their regulars, probably. Like let them decide like, hey, give away 5 bars or whatever to your regulars to see how they like it possibly. Might be another way to possibly market at liquor stores especially. So, yeah, so that's just the only thing I really came with, so. Yeah.
Hi, good morning. My name is Diana. And one thing I don't remember hearing, how much is your bar? $6. Okay, another thing that I was thinking is, how about doing the festivals? Like, first thing that I was thinking is DIY here in Ferndale for several reasons. I did a few years and it's a great, great festival. So a lot of people are drinking that cheap beer. They definitely can benefit from your bar. Another thing, I remember my first year after I worked, I got like 600 emails, for like $80.
Yeah.
So maybe that would be, and I'm pretty sure they do take people like you, because it's something that's made, handmade, so to say, is not produced somewhere in China. So I think festivals would be awesome. Oh, sure, I can give you. DIY, it's a very, very known festival here in Metro Detroit. I'm sure you're gonna have a great exposure, a lot of people, because last year when I did it, I didn't do this year, but last year when I did it, I was like, people are spending, I don't know, I might be wrong, like $7 for the cheap beer, but they're not spending on merchandise. So definitely, I see connection. Okay.
Yeah, I try to do that. Generally, every Monday before, like when the week starts, I'll look up beer festivals in Austin, Grand Rapids, and Detroit. It's kind of tough to find specific beer. We found that our success has been at beer festivals, but to be able to find other festivals where we can, right? Yeah. And people still show up and have beers. Okay, cool. Thank you.
Felice Daniel, so good job. I see, when I was sitting there and I see your email address as feelbetter@tomorrowsupplements.com. I think Feel Better Tomorrow is a great domain name.
Yeah.
Tomorrow Supplements, I don't know that I necessarily understand that right on, but Feel Better Tomorrow, I get that.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's available. I'm sure you've done plenty of research.
Well, when we first started, we had this idea that Tomorrow Supplements could grow. We're not only gonna be in this hangover market, but for those like non-drinkers, we could come up with other supplements and whatnot, so that at the end of the day, we're always Tomorrow Supplements. But right now with this product, we've had some troubles with our packaging and trying to brand us as, the Tomorrow Bar, or as Feel Better Tomorrow, but we're still Tomorrow Supplements. So obviously in this new packaging, we're kind of switching up a little bit, so Tomorrow Supplements is like that side logo versus our main product.
Okay. Well, one thing you'll do is, as you're doing, you're going to get better over time, no matter what. Like, we keep evolving and iterating. Another place that you could try, since you're still finding your sweet spot in the market, is like the cognac or the bourbon tasting, or those specialty stores. That might be a really good place to start. And those events, when they have those bourbon tastings and the whiskey tastings, they can probably afford it.
Yeah.
And getting with the promoters of those events, or people who host those types of events all the time.
Have you heard mixing it?
I have not. Sounds like something I need to know.
Yeah. No, I feel like they do like tasting classes, so they have like a cognac 101, tequila 101, where people pay $15 a ticket, everyone gets their own bottle, and they basically learn how to serve various drinks. So that would be the perfect thing.
Yeah, it would be. So, good job.
Thank you.
Very, very
Thank
good job.
you.
All right, everyone, let's give Tate we got one more?
Craft Beer Association.
Craft beers.
Craft Beer Associations are probably another good one that you could find out what the festivals are.
Okay. Cool.
And maybe connect with them and say, hey, we got this product, we would love to show up at some of your festivals, maybe do some advertising on their website, things like that. Any associations like that would be good.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
All right, and one more. Donna, I knew you were gonna say it.
This is a quick one. Up north, you have hundreds of wineries and vineyards that you can drive right up there and, hit 20, 30 of them in an afternoon.
So do you guys think it would be beneficial to be approaching these liquor store owners when we're not such an established product yet, where we don't have, this thousands of samples? Or is it a good idea right now to be, hey, we're covered? Right, okay, cool. Thank you.
Well, you can just give them contingency.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Okay, really quick, so I was thinking about, spaces for your product. And I'm leaning on my automotive industry experience. So I worked in a plant, several plants. And when it was hot, we would offer employees Squincher so that they would keep hydrated. Most of the times when they were not hydrated, it was because they had too much to drink. So imagine having something that actually helps them with the real problem as a, item in the credit that they give to people.
Yeah, okay.
So like, I'm thinking like making it a product that they provide employees. So then they would actually, be the purchaser of the mass amount, and then the employees would be able to associate that with a brand name that they could then buy later. So it's a little
Yeah, that makes sense.
keeps them giving. The other thought I had was vending machines. So I don't know if you thought about that, especially in places where you have lots of people,
Gyms?
the airport or the gym or employer, vending machine can be another opportunity.
Cool. That's a good idea. Is that it?
So,
Well,
can I say one thing?
Come on up.
Well, just, so in terms of what she said, asking, how do I reach out to these people? Just like you asked, I think it was Dana, about the festivals, a list of festivals. So I would ask Terry, hey, do you have the purchaser there? How do I get to the purchaser? How do I get to these people?
Okay, I think, that's a good point, because I think that's one of the main, I've pulled hundreds of people to try and get into these festivals. The hit ratio it's low. It's low for sure. And it's hard to find more than, a couple hundred, so obviously like the biggest way that we've been able to grow our business at least is just through connections like this, and to be able to hear from someone who says, oh, I know someone in this space. So that really helps us.
The last one.
What you're doing right now is social media. That whatever, when she takes the picture later, or whoever takes the picture, post that. Tell people what you were doing today. When you post it again in 2 days or the next day or wherever you post, say what you're looking for. Ask the social media community what you're looking for. Say that you're looking for associations to blah, blah, blah. Do believe they will come out and give it to you.
Yeah.
You just have to go out. So use social media to your benefit, not just to be posting and it go, because it will disappear. Use it to gain information from your, to try to find your niche market, to get information on where you should be and see what the engagement is. Use it for, to gain data.
Thank you guys for your feedback. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Hey, the next and we do this every Wednesday. And when you go back to Austin, there actually is a 1 Million Cups meetup there, so you can go do this very same thing there when you get back there. There are over 100 1 Million Cups chapters around the country. It is started by the Kauffman Foundation in 2012. And it has grown to what it is today. And every chapter has its own personality. And you're right. The more you continue to be in rooms like this and networking with folks, the better you're going to do. And you're on your way. Give yourselves a round of applause for your advice for Tate. Also, want to thank, yes, Josh, as well as Carmen, who today were our coffee sponsors, and you too can be a coffee sponsor, but anytime you want. But I'm gonna, Josh, you want to say anything as a coffee sponsor, Carmen? Carmen.
Carmen.
Yes. I didn't see you. I was behind that pole.
Hi, I'm Carmen. Thanks for coming. So this is Incubizo. We do stuff here. And you know this. And then first, really quickly, there is a new system for checking into 1 million cups. It's gonna save all of y'all's minds, okay? And then forgive me because it's only on this TV. So at the end of this, there will be a new QR code on this TV. I have checked in most of you, but don't worry about it. The way it'll go is from now until forever. You will still check in, but all you need to do is type your first and last name, and then it'll say, "Is this you?" And it'll pop up your email with some of it like started out, so all of your business isn't out there. And then you will say yes, and then you'll say, "I'm here for 1 million cups," and then that's all. So you don't have to keep typing things, but it's still a QR code, but it'll make everything easier for you and everyone else. And then Upland Thrive will know who's here, and we will know who's here so that we can keep you posted. But Incubizo is here. We have both buildings across the street. This one here, this has been going on for about 9 months. We're so happy to have you here. If you want to hang out for the rest of the day, you are welcome to co-work in the space. Please eat the fruit and veggies and juice that's here because it's the holiday weekend and we're gonna toss it. So please stay. And then starting next week, this is a secret, for 1 million cups people only, meaning that the QR code, well, it starts today, but the QR code's not printed, so just talk to me. There is a special co-working membership available to only y'alls. For $100 a month, it's a 1-year commitment. You get a co-working membership, Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. You can be here. You can work in the States, and that is that. So if you want that, you can speak to me. Don't touch the Dutch. Don't bother the man. He's got things to do. But that is the special deal for 1 million cups people only. And so starting next week, there will be a QR code that's out for that Wednesday, and then it goes into a secret place. So if you don't make it on Wednesday, you will have to contact me. But it's for us because we've been showing up. And so that's something that we want to offer you, but it's only through the end of December as well. So it's a whole year, co-working, $100 a month, okay?
That's cheaper than bamboo.
Oh.
I didn't say it. I didn't say it. But you guys love the space. We love having you here. So we just wanted to do that for you. So that's a little special to have you guys hang out with us more. I mean, we feed you, we bring you here. So that's it. Thanks for coming and being a part of this thing for 9 months, almost. It'll be a year in March. That's insane. Thanks for coming up and showing up every week. And we hope you have a safe holiday, and we'll be there. So that's it.
And I do want to shout out my Oakland Thrive family, Donna, Saidi, and Daryl. Daryl put this program was dead in the water. Oakland County had given up on it, and we got the call that they wanted to revive it. And Daryl has spearheaded this program and made it possible for us to have it again. He's done such a good job that Ann Arbor came down here and saw it, and they got their own chapter of it now, and they're doing well. So Daryl, thank you for leading this up. And I feel to say a few things because I know you've got a wealth of information to provide. So please make your way to the stage. Don't you have? No. Oh, well, in that case, if you don't have anything to say, I'll just say this here. We do want more presenters. There's some of you in this room who've already presented, but there are many of you who are in the queue. You're presenting. You just don't know when you want to do it. Well, the time is now. I mean, not now, but soon, like in the next couple of weeks. So please, and if you want to be a coffee sponsor, if you have a business, and you want to get it out there, please feel free to talk to one of us, myself, Josh, Carmen, to become a coffee sponsor. You can come up and give a 2-minute commercial about your business. If you are anywhere, if you're a business that's located in Oakland County, we can assist you. We have Oakland Thrive has all sorts of workshops as well as trainings that are free or low cost. We have B2B providers. Actually, we have one. He is one of our B2B providers. Is anyone else in here one of our B2B consultants? Yes, all right. So, you know what, Tanisha, because we have just a couple of minutes, I'll let you come up and just talk about your business. And yes, the Tri-City Business Holiday Mixer. This happens on December 4th at Hanson's Hall. Oh, that's that new place on 9 Mile. It's really nice. 8210 West 9 Mile. And it's going to be a nice networking situation for fellow business owners from Oak Park, Southfield, Latham Village, and from wherever you are. So networking does not have any restrictions on location, but those are the folks that will be there. There'll be some flyers on the front. Thank you. Any other events that we have that are coming up that we need to let folks know about?
On December 3rd, if you're a business owner and you haven't done the Corporate Responsibility Act, you gotta do that. We've got a webinar coming up, 10 o'clock, December 3rd. It's gonna be virtual. Go to oaklandthrive.org/workshops. You can join for free. If you don't do it, there are fines of up to $500 a day. So if you need to learn more how to go through the entire process, we'll have a workshop coming up December 3rd, 10 a.m. It is virtual. Go to our website. You can register there.
And if you don't want to think about it, I do that as a service. So I'm Tanisha Molden. I'm an attorney. The company is called Molden Law. I help entrepreneurs basically own everything. I'm an intellectual property attorney. I say own everything because I'm also a business coach. I want you to own your assets, your intellectual property, your time, get your time back. I talk a lot about that with my entrepreneurs. But some of the services, just to let you know that I do, overall, I love to work with everyone on long term. So I have a year-round service. When on retainer, I am essentially a part of your team. I'm your intellectual, your brand attorney, and that you have on your team for a year. Some of the tools that we use that may be more, common that you hear about, we help with trademark, copyright, all the intellectual property things. I don't do patents because I get a lot of questions about patents, but we provide a lot of guidance and help you save a lot of money to understand the process before you actually hire a patent attorney. Contracts, lots of business education. So I do a lot of that, what's happening this year is the annual planning intensive. I kind of sat with Daryl and he got a taste of my annual planning process that I do with entrepreneurs. But essentially the thing that we do is just help you succeed and monetize your brand. If you have a brand, which I think everyone does, going through the steps on how to protect it and monetize it as best as possible, and using all the tools that we have in the world to do that if it makes sense to do that. Thank you.
Thank you, Tanisha. And we have all of our consultants are awesome. And Colleen Thompson, please come up and just give your spiel, and then we'll wrap this up.
Hi, everybody. It's good. Good to see everybody again. I haven't been here for a little bit, but I bring strategic planning and program management, communications, and apparently some HR to my clients. So I work with small businesses and nonprofit leaders to really identify where their long-term strategy needs to go and what is needed to get there. And so there are a lot of different elements to that. A lot of it is really identifying the metrics that you need to be tracking and looking at over time, and then putting in place the resources you need as well. So I am happy to help you through facilitation, figure out where you want to go and then how you get there. And I usually bring both personal and business into it as well. So the reason you're in business is not just a hobby, it's to generate income for you going forward. So you should be thinking about it just like you would how you're getting income from a job. So I try to bring those two things together, we'll look for that. And it is so wonderful to see you here. I strongly encourage you to come to every Open Thrive event you can. The workshops are great.
Thank you, Colleen. One more, Victoria, come on in.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. Special thanks to Dara and Mr. Snyder for staying on me to make sure that I get here. As a business owner with a brick and mortar, you probably know it's hard to get out, but I'm so grateful to be here. I'm Tori Hicks. I'm the owner of the Startup Center in Detroit. How many of y'all are familiar with the Avenue of Fashion in Detroit? So we are on the Avenue of Fashion, right next to Bucharest Grill. Everybody knows that. But the Startup Center Detroit is an all-in-one solution for business and nonprofit startup needs. So we work with businesses and nonprofits as the service provider. So we actually take our clients from the ideation and to put them in the best position to secure funding, whether it be to launch their services for a brick and mortar, whatever it may be. And we actually complete all the services for you. So the business plans and projections, we love to hate, we love to complete them for you. So anything you need, we've been open since March. Great success stories with our clients opening up their locations, their food trucks, and a number of things. Another really cool thing about what we do, my background is in therapy. So I'm a mental health therapist. So our whole center is fun. So it's set up to be play therapy to address entrepreneur-related mental wellness. So you will come there and you will play with all our video games and everything else there. So 19456 Illinois, come by and see us. We hope to see you there, and I will be back probably every week now. I love this, and thank you so much for the invitation.
It is a true sensation, Victoria. And as we always do at about this time, we ask everyone who likes to be photographed to come up for a group photo. We're going to all surround Tate as we commemorate this moment of his presenting today. So please make your way up this way, up to the front of the room. And Carmen is going to direct